So there's this joke that I heard last week, and it goes like this. A man goes to the doctor and he says, Doctor, it really hurts when I poop. When I go to the bathroom and go number 2, I get this pain. Can you help? And the doctor says, well, I'll do what I can. Can you tell me a little bit more about the pain? Specifically, where are you feeling the pain? What's hurting precisely? And the man says, well, you know what? It really kind of hurts all around the entrance. To which the doctor says, well, sir, I suspect if you stop referring to it as the entrance, your pain might just go away. You see, many guys justifiably feel like women have all the power when they approach them. So in a bar situation, in a club, during the daytime, at a house party, if you approach a woman, she's got all the power. And it makes sense, right? You have to make all the effort to go in there, and then she just gets a yay or nay, and that's it, you're out of there, right? So women who have all the power. But what I want to talk to you about today is really just like this joke I heard last week. So long as you keep referring to the situation as a woman having all the power, sure enough, she's going to continue to have all the power over you. And what I really want to do today is not prove you wrong and say, absolutely, women have no power, men have all the power, you're totally wrong. I actually want to say that if you start to shift and focus on where you are empowered, where you do have the power, and if you truly believe that you have most of the power, right, that you are going to get far better results with women, regardless of all the other ways in which women can reject you. So I want to talk about that today because it really impedes the success of a lot of guys that I work with when I'm coaching them. So I want to start by talking about my experience. Okay, so when I go somewhere and I want to go and approach a woman, this is what's going through my head. Okay, so first of all, I walk into a club. I say club, but it could be daytime, it could be anywhere, but I'm a bar club kind of guy. So I walk in, and the second I'm in the club, I'm aware of something, right? All these women, they don't get to choose who approaches them. I get to choose. I walk into a club, and I'm not going to approach that woman I don't find attractive. If I walk past a woman, she smells bad, I'm not going to go and talk to her. Right? I'm not going to talk to the woman who looks like she's going to be high maintenance or like a bit of a bitch, right? I'm not going to do any of that stuff. I'm going to only approach the women who I think I would genuinely like to talk to. Women, they don't get that luxury. They have to sit around and get all these guys approaching them that they have no interest in because they don't get to choose. This is the first way in which I feel empowered as a guy in our current society when I walk into a bar. Then when I go and I actually talk to her, I feel empowered again. Why? Because I'm not going in there thinking in my head, oh boy, I hope she likes me. I'm going in there thinking, oh boy, I hope I like her, right? Because she's cute, right? So I want to like her, but I might not. There are a lot of times when I go and approach a woman, I'm like, oh, but she was so cute. Why does she have to be boring? Oh, she was cute. Why? Right? This is what I'm thinking, right? I'm thinking, well, her cuteness makes me approach. Let's see what else she's got to offer. But I know so many guys, they don't have this. They've got the opposite mindset, right? They're trying to get her to like them. That's where all their focus is. And then I'm aware of another thing, right? I literally hold the power, right? Not figuratively, I literally, because I'm not going to be approaching, well, seems unlikely. I'm going to approach a woman who's stronger than me, who's bigger than me, who could overpower me in a physical situation. Right? So I literally hold the power. There is nothing physically she can do, or very little, that I couldn't defend myself against. So I feel a sense of empowerment, the literal kind, right? Like I'm safe in that situation. And I know damn well that she isn't. And so there are all these ways that I'm aware that I hold power when I approach women, right? My safety is almost never going to be in jeopardy. And I get to make the choice, and I get to make the choice whether I walk away or stay. It's all about what I can do, right? That's where all my focus is. And to reiterate, I don't want to make this an argument about wait up, but women have the power in these ways. I want to make this a debate about where you focus and how you feel. Okay? Because when I'm coaching guys, and when I'm watching, and I've been coaching guys for 14 years now, 13, 14 years, 13 years, almost 14. When I've been doing this, I see this feeling that women have all the power. It manifests itself in a number of ways that's really not helpful for guys. I'll give you some examples of what I see that hurts guys because they're thinking about how she has the power, right? So first of all, I watch guys approach, and very, very often what I see them do is they've got one foot behind the other and they're leaning backwards onto the back foot, and they're often sort of bouncing between the two. And what they're doing is they're almost literally, they're actually getting prepped to walk away, to run away, to like get away from her because they're quite certain that she's going to reject him. Right? That's a very disempowered move. And then the other thing that I see guys do is if you watch guys approach, you watch their facial expressions, right? And you'll see these guys, like you'll see a lot of guys approach, and what they've got on their face is like it's a low value, supplicative look on their face. Like, hi guys, how are you going? Right? Like the eyebrows go up, like, do you like me? Is this good for you? You know, their facial expression almost does what we do when we're asking a question, right? Now, they do this when no question is really being asked. But what they're really doing is that with their body language is they're going, do you like me? Am I accepted here? Am I allowed? At the same time, they're getting ready to bounce backwards and move away from her, right? So they're indicating the whole time with their body language, hey, you've got the power. Am I good enough here? Right? It's what their body language is saying. And then we go on, right? Because then I look at what their like the tone of voice, what their voice is doing, right? What I often see guys doing is their voice tilts up a lot. And now, our voices generally tilt up when we ask a question, right? So I say, hey, how's it going? Right? Our voice goes up. But they often go, I hear guys do it way too much. How are you guys going tonight? Right? It's like that way too high. It's and I hear it. And you often won't hear yourself doing it, which is why I tell guys to record themselves. But it's another thing. It's a very supplicative thing. And what's more, they'll do it when they make a statement, right? So normally I would say, yeah, I'm here with a group of friends, but I don't know where they are, right? But I'll listen to these guys and they'll say, I'm here with a group of friends, but I don't know where they are right now. Right? So their voice, no. Right? Their voice pitches up. It's like they're forming a question even when they're saying a statement. Right? So again, it's another form of supplication. It's another form of asking, is it okay that I'm here? Right? So again, it's all these ways when you feel like she's got the power and you're feeling disempowered, it's all these little things that we do. And then just to make it all worse, what a lot of these guys do is they laugh too much. Right? They laugh when there's no reason to laugh. Hey guys, what do you do for work? And the girls go, we're nurses. And they go, cool, yeah, nurses, awesome. You're like, how is that funny? That's literally told you what they do for work. But that's what they do. And the worst thing, and it happens sometimes when I hear guys do it, is they laugh and they laugh in an up-pitched way. Right? What do you do for work? And they go, oh, we're nurses. Go, nurses, cool. That is the word. But I hear guys doing that, right? The voice pitches, the laugh pitches upwards, right? And that is a sign of extreme supplication, right? That's why it's rare. Not many guys supplicate that strongly with their body language or with their tonality, right? So all these things that happen, and this happens within 10 seconds of saying hello, right? Let alone the rest of your body language, right? And your hand motions and everything else and your posture. These things, they're all ways in which we're expressing, you've got the power and I'm handing it to you. This is how I feel. This is what this interaction is. If you've never heard of frames before, which is the idea of what is the dynamic that's occurring here, is called a frame. And often frames are very flexible, right? So guy A might approach a woman and the frame is you've got all the control. Guy B might approach a woman. They might be identical twins. Guy B might approach a woman and he's like, oh, no, I'm the one in charge here. Right? That's a frame, right? That's being set up. That's not this logical thing up for debate. It's very dynamic and can change, right? So if your frame is, you've got all the power here, lady, that's when women feel, oh, this guy he seems friendly, but a little too soft for me, a little too, not really my kind of guy, right? That's when women lose interest very quickly, and that happens in like 10, 20 seconds. Now, of course, I don't want to come across as cold and not understanding. I know quite clearly that a lot of the guys I work with have had lots and lots of rejections. And then you say, well, Damien, all right, I've had all these rejections. Why should I feel empowered, right? To which I say, I get it, and that's hard, and that requires some work. And sometimes you need to put the chicken before the egg, or the egg before the chicken, depending which way you swing. And, sometimes you just need to work on those things first. Like, don't even worry about mindset. Just stop up-pitching with your voice. Right? Like, have a really solid stance when you go and approach. Don't be ready to run away. Maybe change those things first. But the key, the ultimate place that you're winning from is when you believe that you're empowered, right? Like, when you approach a woman and instead of like, will she like me? I have to entertain her. It's, can I have fun here? I have fun. That's what I'm doing too, right? And so I'm bringing fun to her by trying to have fun myself, right? So I'm telling jokes. I'm laughing at my own jokes, by the way. If I don't think I'm funny, what's the point? So I'm laughing. I'm telling jokes. I'm having fun, but it's not to engage her. It's so I have fun, right? So I'm going in. Can I have fun here with her? Does she make my life more or less fun than myself all on my own? So is she interesting? That's what I'm doing. So I'm going in, screening her. Right? Trying to learn about her. And I have kind of said this in other videos as well of you have to be walking away. And I say this to my clients all the time. I don't care if you're a 35-year-old virgin, all right? If you don't start rejecting women, you're always going to struggle. So you need to, even if you've got no success at all, you need to start approaching women and walking away from them when they don't match up to what you want. And I don't care who you are, there are always going to be women who you wouldn't want to date for lots of reasons. You know, sure, she might be hot as hell, but you're going to find things about her that would be a total mismatch. Like maybe she's a full-on extrovert and you're a full-on introvert, and you're like, she would drive me ridiculously insane to hang around her for any period of time. She does not shut up. She talks too much all the time. Like, good, walk away. Great, right? Don't worry about the fact that right now you're feeling desperate and probably you'd be willing to take anything. Just think more holistically, like think more like the bigger picture for yourself. Would she drive you crazy? Good, walk away. Start walking away. Let women feel like you're approaching them and trying to learn about them, and you are willing to walk away if they don't match up, right? Because too many guys go in, they're waiting for her to screen you. How about you go in and screen her, right? So you got to change these things regardless of your success level at this point, right? You need to start behaving as though you have the power. Take the power for yourself, right? That's how you eventually start to feel empowered. So even if it feels like you're faking it by controlling your body language, by purposely trying to learn about her and being willing to walk away, even if you're feeling weak, if you start making those changes, behaving as you would were you empowered, you will suddenly start to feel empowered, right? Because this who has the power thing is not really a zero-sum game at all, right? It's the women can feel that she's got all the power, the man can feel that he's got all the power, and both can be right for themselves in their internal space. In fact, I'd argue that can be quite healthy, right? If I approach a woman, I want her to be screening me, right? But I'm not focused on that. I'm focused on me screening her. And if we both screen each other, that makes us both respect each other more. But if we both screen each other and we both like each other, great. That's fine, right? But I always felt empowered. I never felt like I lost any power in that process. And so, yeah, regardless of right or wrong, if you're feeling empowered, women are going to like you more. I don't think there's many of you watching who disagree with that basic message, right? Even though you may feel disempowered in those interactions, it's such a big thing that you don't want to lose sight of that. And it makes all the difference. Now, guys, I certainly know that it's one thing to listen to these videos with me and think, yeah, this is great, Damien, but it's really hard to actually adopt these mindsets. And you're right, it takes quite consistent effort, and you can do it on your own, but it can be hard. If you're looking for support, I do offer one-on-one Zoom coaching sessions with guys. I'll throw a link down below. Alternatively, just go through my website. You can find on that link and go ahead and send me an email to ask me other questions. If you don't want to work with me personally, I just want to have a program where I'm going to talk you through the dating stuff step by step, including all of this inner game kind of work, because I never just focus on skill sets. So your internal space is just as important, if not way more important, than the things you literally say and do. So if you want to work on that stuff in an online program, I have my Sincere Seduction online program, which is about 20 hours of video content where I go through every step of the way, including your inner space. So go ahead and check those out. I'll throw them in links below. Again, guys, if you've enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. That helps me a ton. For the rest, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Don't forget to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and I'll see you in my next video.